Now, why today? A quick thing. From COVID-centric perspective, which probably, ladies and gentlemen, please remember, okay, nothing is permanent in the world. So this calamity on the world, yes, it's a big calamity, but it will last for some time and then it will go. And probably after 5 years, 10 years, you, me, we will be nostalgic to recollect, remember how we lived these 7, 8, 9 months. Okay. So why today is because of this COVID, the prices of SAP has gone down dramatically. Around 60% it has gone down. And please contact your counselors and your counselors will reach you and they will probably update you on the exact pricing. Or we can discuss that in the question and answer session as well. So use this opportunity because that will put less burden on your wallet. The second reason why today is because there is a lot of free time on our hand, guys. We are working from home or we are studying from home if you are a final year student. So we are saving our time in transportation, in meeting people for coffee or something else, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of time on our hand. We should use it effectively to build our skill. And mind well, let me warn you as a friend that all of us who is going to face interviews in near future, there is going to be one question which HR will be asking just to test how we spent our free time during the COVID. And that question would be, would you mind telling us how you upskill yourself during COVID gap? So be prepared for this question. And if you do not have an answer, still you have a time to build an answer for that. Last but not least, from this series, that Delphi along with SAP have built a very robust training structure where we will be giving you a virtual training. You don't have to get out of your house. Everything will be done on a webinar or a social platform like what we are talking right now. And I have not added one thing onto this slide, which I will for my next webinar because I read it this morning. And that falls into this why today question, and that is that Gartner expects 1.1 trillion investment in offshoring in 2020. 1.1 trillion. 1 trillion is 1,000 billion. 1 billion is 1,000 million. And 1 million in our parley is 10 lakhs rupees. Just to give you the perspective. Yeah. So India is aiming for 5 trillion economy. Gartner is saying 1.1 trillion will be invested in offshoring because in 2020, because there is a lot of pressure of cost optimization because of the challenges of COVID. Yeah. And when it comes to offshoring, it comes to IT and ITES. That is information technology and information technology enabled services. Probably it's a good time for all of us to analyze, am I in IT or ITES or I am not? Because if what Prashant says is correct, and I always encourage all of you to go and Google everything what I am speaking or I will be speaking today. Do not take it on prima facie because it comes from Prashant Kaikar. Feel free to go and check this information on Google. As a consultant, that should be your primary lesson out of this webinar. That be a self-sufficient as far as knowledge is concerned. Go and check the things on Google. So coming back to the point, you need to check whether are you in an ITES or you are not. And if not, will it be good to be in ITES in context of what Prashant is talking? Yeah. Now, coming back to another serious problem, and it's not a problem, but another serious challenge, if I may say that. And I already introduced you to that by in a previous slide when I said automation is going to be a future, ladies and gentlemen. And please remember, people like me, CIOs, CEOs of the world, like robots more than you people. It's a harsh statement, cruel maybe, but it's a fact. And you know why? Because robots don't take the breaks, any type of breaks. coffee breaks or a smoking break or any other break. Robots once start, very clearly, repetitively follow the process. Robots don't make mistake because I had a fight with my wife or a husband or kids or something else. Robots don't demand salary hike. And most important, robots don't take leave for any reason. So people like me, like robots, like when I say me, I mean CEOs and CIOs and CTOs of the world who have a responsibility to earn profit from that organization for the investors, like robots more. So automation is going to affect a lot of profiles, and that's what this bar chart talks about. So manufacturing, agriculture, real estate, mining, transportation, all right. These are probably utilities. These are construction. These are the the domains which are going to get hugely affected by the automation. So if you are in one of the job, I'm talking about the experience of people which are on the left side, which are an standard HR job or basically a table job, which probably is data entry or data producing and so on and so forth. Or if you are in a standard production job, or you are in a PMO or a documentation generation kind of job where you manage the accounts receivable, accounts payable, billing, PO generation, sales order generation, PI generation, perform invoice, and so on and so forth. Then, ladies and gentlemen, it's a hard fact that automation will affect these jobs. And the classic example of this is a medical transcription. I don't know how many of you know medical transcription, but that was a booming business in India till probably 5 years back, if I may say. And now that business has been wiped off. Why? Because the tapes spoken by the doctors or medical practitioners in the Western world when they used to treat the patients used to get transported to these medical transcriptors. They used to listen that out and then they used to type it to make a document of it, which was or which is a legal requirement in the Western world. Now the automation, the apps like Siri. Hey Siri, how many of you are very comfortable with that? Directly convert the spoken words into a Word document. This is what is an example of automation. And hence, you need to be very careful to again analyze that if you are sitting on any side of the left of this bar chart, should we be thinking of transferring or transforming your career to the right chart side of the bar chart, which is consulting career, leadership management career, which is a forthcoming progress of consulting, and also certified trainers or educationalists where you train the people. And why so? Because in the same bar chart, if you see the below three bars, then they talk about these kind of professions which are least affected by automation.